Diego would stand his ground as he faced against Kenpachi Zaraki, the scarred captain of Squad 11, his chest open and exposed for attack as he grinned menacingly towards his opponent. "I'll give you the first strike. Anywhere you want. Go on, give it your best shot." Even for Diego, as unhinged as he was, this gave him reason for concern. A captain giving him full range to attack with full force, not attempting to dodge or duck. If he didn't know any better, he felt like he was staring into a mirror. But of course, Diego was not one to turn down an opportunity. Of course, there was something that intrigued Kenpachi, the masks that have formed on Diego's face. It's like a hollow, but I can tell that he's a Ryoka. What are you really? Yachiru would watch on, the small lieutenant confused by the state of the matter. This stranger, whoever they were, fighting against Kenny. Their power was unlike anything she'd ever experienced. It wasn't something to be taken lightly, but there was still something that was missing. Diego would raise his fist as he sported the pair of crescent moon knuckle dusters, the shining of the silver metallic blades on both ends as he charged towards Kenpachi. Rearing back his right fist, he delivered a devastating uppercut to Kenpachi's face. He believed that he had a chance. If he went all out, perhaps he could knock him out cold before he could even draw his sword. But the only one to be cut was him. Diego would retreat, drawing back as he felt blood gushing from his chest. But how? How is that possible? He didn't even draw his weapon. I know I made contact. Damn it. Not bad. I can see how you were able to beat Renji Abarai. Or at least, one of you anyway. This type of power, it's impressive. Definitely in the range of lieutenant. But this is a whole different league, kid. And what's that supposed to mean? It doesn't explain how you got hurt, right? Kenpachi said. Let me fill you in on a little bit of advice. When two spiritual forces clash together, the more stronger, the more dominant force will always consume the weak. I can tell that your reishi is refined. It's powerful. Against anyone else, you definitely would have done damage. So what? Are you saying you're just that strong? Not necessarily. It's not strength that you're going up against. I'm not even putting up any sort of barrier against you. What? You think that I put up some sort of defense? Why would I have to? I don't have to defend against something that can't hurt me. The reishi that comes from me, my natural aura, it's something that your refined strength couldn't surpass. In the end, your power couldn't even be outmatched by what pours from me naturally. As a result, your attacks, they can't harm me at all. That's a load of bullshit, Diego said. You think I'm supposed to be scared of a little bit of aura? It doesn't matter. It's nothing but a wall that I have to knock down. And I don't care how many punches I gotta throw. You are gonna go down, Kenpachi. Is that right? Well then, by all means, go ahead. Show me how many punches you can throw, and let's test that little theory of yours. Diego would go charging at Kenpachi, who now drew his blade. For Diego, he threw his punches with reckless abandonment, the force of his strikes beginning to rock that area to its very core. The walls were continuing to fall around them as Yachiru watched what was happening. Diego was spreading himself too thin, firing off shots of reishi without any wild or control. All reckless abandonment had gone to the wind in that moment. For Kenpachi, even for someone like him, people often said that he was nothing more but a reckless beast, but now he was in the presence of a true animal. He has the power, Kenpachi said. That much can't be denied. But he has no control. He has no focus. He's my type of fighter, and yet somehow, this fight bores me. Diego would continue in his assault against Kenpachi. Every time Kenpachi would strike at him, slashing him with his chipped sword, Diego would run through it. For Kenpachi, he now understood what Diego was trying to do. Relentless assault. So that's his play. It doesn't matter how many times I cut him down. He'll just ignore the pain. He'll keep attacking. He's like a fool that keeps throwing himself against a brick wall, hoping that he'll finally be able to knock it over. This level of reckless abandonment. Yeah, he's fighting like he doesn't even care. Because, as Diego came back to him again, Kenpachi would place his sword into the ground. He stood there as Diego would launch another strike to Kenpachi's face. I got you. You sure about that? Huh? Go on. Give it another shot. Maybe you'll make me feel something this time. Don't mess with me! Diego would continue to fire multiple punches towards Kenpachi, but he didn't move. He didn't flinch. He stayed perfectly still. Yachiru would shake her head. Well, I thought he was actually going to be able to give Kenny a good fight, but now Kenny's just bored with him. Diego would continue to punch over and over again, but it made no difference. Kenpachi would not move. Not even an inch. Why? Why won't you? Is it finally starting to sink in now? Has the mindless beast finally grown a conscience? What? How? How can I? Because your attacks can't reach me. But I needed to show you that for yourself. You haven't made any progress. What even is this? Is this a fight? No. No. Why? I'm giving it my all. So why can't I beat you? You already know the answer to that. Come on, you can't be that stupid. I've told you already why your attacks can't harm me. You just don't have it. You don't have it in you to beat me. It's that simple. No amount of technique, no amount of throwing yourself at the wall is going to change it. I am the irresistible force, the immovable object. I am both in one. As for you, you're an ant trying to push a mountain. That ant can strike with all of its heart, with all of its might, but in the end of the day, the ant is still the ant, and the mountain is still the mountain. I am the mountain that you cannot climb. I am the beast that you cannot conquer. No amount of force or will is going to change that. But you already knew that, didn't you? Pathetic. Why are you even wasting my time? You would have been better off if you had allowed Ichigo to fight. That struck a chord with Diego. Or perhaps you might have another personality who can give me more of a challenge. Bring them out, and let's see what they can do. I'm done with you. You don't satisfy me, Diego. I don't, huh? Well, take that! Diego would be slashed in the chest by Kenpachi, knocked back a good few feet as Kenpachi stalked towards him. For the first time in Diego's conscious life, for the first time in so many years, he felt something. He felt fear. Pure, unbridled fear. At that moment, Diego did something that he thought he'd never do. And he began to run. He began to run, but he didn't know why. Why was his legs moving away? He shouldn't have ran. He can't run. But yet his body was doing it for him. His mind was telling him to go back. His mind was telling him to stand his ground, and yet his body wouldn't let him do it. Was he that weak? Was he that pathetic? Was he that hopeless that his own body would ignore his commands? It's not your body. What? Who said that? It was never your body. Diego couldn't tell where that voice was coming from. The voice of an older man telling him that it was not his body, as Kenpachi continued to chase him down. It felt like it was a game at this point. Kenpachi slowly stalking his opponent. Diego, desperate to escape. It brought him back to that day. The day that his mother died at the hands of the Hollow, Grand Fisher. He had always replayed that moment in his mind. What if he had done things differently? What if he had actually stood his ground? What if he actually fought back? Why did he run? His mother needed him, so why did he run? His mind told him to stay back and fight, but his body wouldn't listen. His body betrayed him. For so long, he always ran headfirst into danger. At least for as long as he had been conscious, there was never a fight he didn't want. There was never an opponent that he wouldn't face. From the time that he trained with Shinji and Hiyori, trying to gain control of this hollow, this monster inside of him, he felt like fighting was the only way to atone, the only way to make a difference. But now, as he laid on the ground bleeding out, as Kenpachi walked away, believing that he had gotten the best he could, there was someone else there as well. A man in black. Why do you not call my name? What? You too can call my name. I have called out to you, but you do not hear me like the others. The others would listen, but you do not. Are you really bound to a spirit of cowardice? Diego found himself taken to another world. A world where there were skyscrapers that stood on top endlessly. As he stood on the roof of this skyscraper, he looked to the man in black. Who are you? You do not call upon my name. The others can call upon me, but you do not. Why do you refuse me? Because he's an idiot, that's why. Diego turned to see what appeared to be Ichigo, except he was all white, and now he was wielding that large blade. Come on, old man Zangetsu. No need to waste your time on him. I'll take from here. You can have this if you want. Diego was handed a blade. Because it's obvious that you can't call on Zangetsu. What? Ugh! Now, the inner Ichigo, or Zangetsu as he was known, was now wielding the blade Zangetsu. And there was a third Zangetsu, an old man. The old man, the inverse Ichigo, and the blade. All Zangetsu. Diego now found himself on the back foot. He had never learned to fight with a sword. The only thing he could do was block and stay on defense as Zangetsu continued attack, swinging with the blade Zangetsu. And he was proficient, truly a master. Come on! You used to say that there was nothing that could stop you, that you could fight through anything. But now you face a little adversity, and you decide that you want to throw in the towel. I gotta say, out of all four, you truly are the most pathetic. Why do you bother to fight? Old Zangetsu would ask Diego. If you do not think that you are worthy, if you do not think that you can stand alongside the others, then why do you even bother fighting? You would have been wiser to allow Ichigo to stand in this battle. He would have had resolve. Or maybe Arthur or Ezekiel. But your resolve. All I can smell upon you is fear. Fear and weakness. Why did Diego agree to fight against Kenpachi? He wanted to fight a strong opponent. He wanted to test himself, to show that his training hadn't been for nothing. Lies, Zangetsu said as he continued his attack. You think you can lie to me? You can lie here? Don't make me laugh. You insult me by doing that. Tell the truth. Why did you fight against Kenpachi? Because I wanted to fight someone strong. Quit lying to me! Gah! Why did you want to fight him? Huh? If you knew you couldn't win, why did you want to fight him? Why waste your life doing something that's pointless? Why did you do it? Why did you fight him? Why didn't you just give up? You knew it was pointless to try. Why are you even bothering? Because I'm worthless, damn it! What even am I? What am I supposed to do? I'm a monster, Diego said. I'm the thing that killed my mother. What am I supposed to do? I'm not like the others. I know that. I'm not smart. I'm not calculated. I'm not a warrior. I'm just some punk. I knew I couldn't do anything. So I just thought. I thought that maybe my life could be worth something. That I could be of some use. And I couldn't even hold up my end of the deal. Everyone's counting on me. I'm the weak link. I hold everybody back. I just wanted to help. And you think that throwing your life away is helping? Zangetsu said. You think that dying in vain is going to help? You can't help anyone when you're dead, the old man yelled. If you die, you spit in the face of the others and their sacrifices. If you die, it's over. That is why your body refuses to listen, because the others do not want to die. If you wish for it to end, then you can crawl into the darkness and stay there. Allow them to pick up the slack. But do not throw away the efforts of the others who you share a bond with. Do not spit in the face of their sacrifice. If you don't have the resolve to win, if you think that you truly are worthless, then crawl into a hole and die in your consciousness. That's right. Don't worry about it. I'll make sure to bring it home for the boys, Zangetsu said, wielding the blade with his long claw, getting ready to strike at Diego. Diego felt himself slipping more and more. You're not giving up now, are you? A flashback would play in Diego's mind. It was him as a kid, with his mother. It was when they were at the play park. At least from Diego's point of view, he was trying to climb on the monkey bars. But they were so high up, and every time he tried, his arms couldn't hold out long enough, and he fell to the ground. More often than not, as he fell against the dirt below, it began to hurt. His mother was cleaning him off. I don't want to do this again. You're not giving up now, are you? What's the point? I'll never be able to do it. I just keep falling over and over. But you're making progress. What progress? I keep failing. That's not what I see. You know, when we first started coming here, you could only hold on to 3 bars before you fell. But as time has progressed, you've gone a little bit further. You see, you used to only do 3, but then you moved to 7, to 12, and now you're almost at the end. But my arms hurt. I'm tired of falling. It hurts my knees. I get dirty. I'm never going to be able to make it. I believe in you, his mother said. It might not be easy. Sometimes you have to take a break. But it doesn't mean that you give up. You always have to keep moving forward. Whenever you feel stuck, remember, you have to keep moving forward. There's no point in going back. And no matter what, you'll never be alone. Throughout it all, I'm always going to be there with you. You're never on your own. Diego. As Diego readied himself, Zangetsu preparing to strike at him again. I'm not on my own. I'm not alone. I'm not alone. I'm not alone! He held up his hands as he caught the blade, but now he was wielding Zangetsu, and the other Zangetsu was wielding the ordinary blade. Huh? Have you figured it out? Old man Zangetsu asked. Yeah. I guess I just needed a kick in the ass, huh? Zangetsu, if I call on you, will you answer me? Why ask a foolish question? Just say my name and I will be there. Say my name and my power will flow through you. Call out to me. Give me one more chance. Please. I don't want to die. I don't want to let them down. What do you want then? I want to win! As Kenpachi was preparing to leave, the aura of Diego would change. As he arose, his clothing would change as well. He was dressed like a Shinigami, only he did not wear the black robes of a Shinigami. No, his Shinigami clothes were white, pure white, like the inverse Ichigo. Diego now donned the white robes of the Shinigami, with the mask of the Hollow. And now his twin knuckle dusters had doubled in size, and the color had changed from silver to gold. So, has someone else decided to grace me with their presence? Kenpachi asked. Nah, unfortunately for you, you're stuck with me. Is that so? They say clothes make the man, but you think getting a wardrobe change is really going to affect the outcome of this fight? It is. Because I'm not fighting by myself. Huh? You don't wield a Zanpakuto, so don't try and bluff your way with me. Besides, even if you had one, it wouldn't make a difference. I don't need something as stupid as a Zanpakuto. All I need is my own strength. That's all that matters to me! Diego, in an instant, would appear in front of Kenpachi as he grabbed him by the head and kneed him in the gut, causing him to keel over. You little shit. I warned you, Kenpachi. I will kill you. Diego would then jump into a back kick, sending Kenpachi reeling. As he readied himself with his blade, he would charge towards Diego, who responded. He was blocking better. He was sharper. Kenpachi found himself catching a few elbows to the face. His legs kicked from under him, as Diego would then shift into launching into a long kick, knocking him into the ground. Kenpachi was back on his feet, but that didn't stop the flurry of offense that Diego was giving him. His hollow powers, now starting to merge with the Shinigami. The true effects of hollowification now fully manifested. Damn, he's actually getting better. I can feel those punches. Diego was now sending him back. He wasn't shrinking at all. Kenpachi would remove the eye patch around his right eye, unleashing the full fury of his strength, his aura beginning to manifest around him as he readied his blade. Similarly, Diego would outstretch both of his arms as two giant, energy-shaped crescent moons would appear in both of his fists. As he lowered himself, the two would begin to raise their spiritual pressure. Yachiru would have to take cover, knowing what was about to happen. That's it. That's what I'm talking about. I think you're finally starting to become a man, Diego. You've become someone worth killing. I'm not going to die here, Kenpachi. You are. You think so? I do. Because you fight by yourself. But we fight together. If you have to rely on the strength of others, then you truly are weak. Then go on and prove it. Bring it, Diego. Let's finish this. Zangetsu! Right. Diego and Kenpachi would clash, their spiritual auras colliding with each other. And for Diego, his energy would win. A large explosion would occur afterwards. Both combatants now launched into the crater beneath them. Kenpachi laid on his back, his sword clutched in his hands. And for Diego, his mask, along with Kenpachi's blade, had been broken. Kenny, are you okay? Kenny! Oh, damn, that hurt. Did I get him? Thank you. You gave Kenny an awesome fight. He's still alive. Damn. I really tried to kill him. Not bad, kid. Your name? Diego. Diego Rodriguez. Diego, you're the one I want to fight the most. Let's do it again sometime. Ugh. Yeah. Sure thing. Oh. You look like you've seen better days, a familiar voice said beside Diego. Yoruichi. I came here as soon as I could. I can't believe it. You were able to fight Captain Kenpachi Zaraki to a standstill. This is truly a victory, Diego. It sure as hell doesn't feel like one. I need to take you to recover your wounds. That's fine. I'm not gonna be alive too much longer anyway. What? I need to sleep. Arthur, Ezekiel, they're doing the same. When he wakes up, tell him we've done what we could, but now it's all up to him. Very well. By the time Ichigo would awaken, his wounds having been treated, he could still feel the pain that was searing through his body. He saw that he was somewhere else. The black cat, Yoruichi, was sitting next to him. "It's good to see that you are back in the world of the living, Ichigo." "Yeah, last thing I remember, Diego switched out with me to fight against that captain. Did he win?" "Yes, he was victorious. But he relays a message. It seems like your other friends are going to be taking a sabbatical. You're going to be the one that has to close this out." "You mean Arthur, Ezekiel, Diego?" "They have exerted their consciousness. They have gone to retire, to regroup. Now you will be all that remains. Do not take what they have given you lightly. They've bought you time. Arthur in your fight with Ikaku, Ezekiel in your fight with Renji, and now Diego in your fight with Kenpachi. They have taken the brunt of your journey, but now you will have to carry the torch from here. Whether or not Rukia is saved, it all depends on you, Ichigo." "Yeah. Thank you, Arthur, Ezekiel, Diego. I couldn't have gotten this far without you. I promise. I won't let your sacrifices be in vain. I will finish this." "Thank you, Yoruichi. It probably wasn't easy carrying me, especially in that form." "Ah, yes. Well, it wasn't too difficult once I entered my true form, after all." "True form, yeah. Wait, true form? I thought your form was a cat." Well, it's funny you should think that, but no. This is only my feline form. I've never actually shown you what I truly look like, now have I?" "Well, Ichigo, prepare to be amazed." In a poof of smoke, Yoruichi the cat would transform. Left in its wake were a pair of long, tall, tan legs, eyes that shimmered like gold, and hair that was as volumed and a luscious gray of dark violet. Well now, what do you think? You're a That's right. I'm a girl. In the meantime, Ginjo and Shunsui would continue their conversation. Chad was now growing more and more irritable. "It seems we've talked all the way to nightfall." "Yeah. But there's nothing like having a good drink to rest the soul." "Hey, Nanao, is anyone coming by?" "No, sir. You have your privacy." "That's good." The door would open as a familiar face made himself present. "You got my message." "It's you," Ginjo said as he stood on his feet. "Hello, Kugo." Captain of Squad 13 Ukitake would say. "I never thought I'd see you here." But perhaps it was fate that brought you. There's a lot that we must talk about. I know you have questions. No, not right now. That can wait. Huh? Don't get me wrong. You and I have a lot to discuss. But before that, I came here for a strict reason. You're here about Rukia, aren't you? Will you help me? Ukitake looked to Shunsui and Nanao. Well, what do you think, Munchkin? Don't call me Munchkin, Nanao said as she fixed her glasses. You're always getting into trouble, Captain. Seriously, I don't know what to do with you sometimes. What can I say? I'm a trouble magnet. Still, I won't ask you to support me if you don't. Don't be ridiculous. You're my captain after all. No matter what stupid things you might do, no matter what stupid things you might say, you are my captain. And I will follow you anywhere. Well, you've got some allies. Of course, we can't just go around fighting on your behalf, though. So, Mr. Kugo, Shunsui said, what's your next move gonna be? This concludes Bleach Midnight. What if Ichigo was MoonKnight? Season 1, Part 9. As always, if you enjoyed today's video and everything else that we have to offer, then please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and hit that bell for post notifications so you can stay up to date on everything that is PowerCore Productions and Podcastings that's to come out now and in the future. Stay tuned tomorrow as we continue with Bleach Midnight. What if Ichigo was MoonKnight? Season 1, Part 10. But anyway, that's going to do it for the end of today's video. I'm Javon Harrington with PowerCore Productions and Podcastings, signing off, and I'll see you next time.